For the young Phillies ball players entering the clubhouse in Clearwater, Florida, there was a new vibe this year. Over the offseason, the walls and hallways were decked out in historic scenes of glory, reminders of past success and the men who achieved it. If I'm a young ball player in 2017, with my whole career ahead of me, I want to figure out a way to get up on that wall.
In 1989, the Phillies took a chance on a guy that was hitting 180, and I stunk. But the Phillies ownership group, they took a chance, and apparently it's paid off. This is the greatest place I've ever been. Everything in my life besides being born in West Virginia happened right here. Met my wife here. My children were born here. Diagnosed and cured of cancer right here. The luckiest people here are these 25 guys right here. They get to play in front of the greatest fans in all of sports every damn night. You know, you hear players, media people say that it's tough to play in Philly in front of these fans. To those people, I say, you didn't have the guts to succeed here. Thank you.
This is John Kruk, and I'll be your host for the 2017 Phillies Video Yearbook. Follow that dream. At the start of camp, General Manager Matt Klentak assembled the troops for a welcome address.
No matter how you got to this room today, whether it was through the draft or a trade or a free agent, whether you have 10 years in the big leagues or this is your first major league camp, we think every one of you brings something to this team and this team this year that can help us. And our goal is to help you guys put forth your best efforts to help our team win. Remember that. Every one of you is here because we want you here and we think you can help us win.
2017 was a pivotal year for the Phillies franchise. As a team in a rebuild, it was a season where young talent would be given a chance. It would be less about contending and more about finding out who could play. That might not bode well for the win column, but it's an important step in building a team, and that's what we're here for. Spring training was a time I never much cared for.
You're a much better player. The fatter you get, the better you hit them.
For position players, it's way too long. I guess the real reason for the length is to get pitchers stretched out properly. Pitchers. Of course, there's always that smelly green thing running around trying to mess things up.
Hey, Fanatic, get in here. I got a job for you. Tell El Torito he's playing center field today. Little Bull. What the? Little Bull, not that Bull.
The Fanatic told me I was in the lineup.
I am El Torito.
I'm the real Bull.
I'm El Torito.
No!
Yes. Nice.
Who's next?
Where's my hat?
How am I supposed to hit ground balls without my fungo?
What in my glove?
Fanatic!
Fanatic! I'm gonna get you, Fanatic.
There's my stopwatch.
A lot of those guys featured on the clubhouse murals were walking around the camp, in the flesh. It was a great resource for young players.
It's something for these young guys to kind of look at on the walls and say, hey, you know, that can be us sooner than people think. And I really do believe this team can get there very quickly. And I think the talent is there for sure.
It's exciting for a guy like myself to come in and watch them. And if I can share anything that'll help them, you know, that's awesome.
I know on the pitching side, there are some horses down in the upper levels of the minor leagues, and just the character of the guys they have has been outstanding to see so far. I think they've set themselves up for a lot of success really soon.
I'm looking forward to seeing Hoskins play today.
good young man. Met him for the first time today, and funny, we had one thing in common. We both like to dissect and think about hitting. He's very mechanical. He loves that part of the game, so I got to be careful what I say to him. I think it's a fun time to be a coach, for sure.
Once the game started, we had some guys ready to make an impression.
A high fly ball to center field. That ball is crushed, and it is gone. A home run for Rhys Hoskins.
Loud noises.
That's a different sound.
Sure was. High chopper out towards shortstop. Crawford to second for one. Quickly to first, and it's in time. Kingery slams one deep to left field. It is gone. A home run for Scott Kingery. All three runners will score as Knapp will pull into second base with a 3-run double way to shortstop. That could be two. There's one, and a quick release by Kingery. And Pavetta's.
Check out this play by Nick Williams.
And it is caught. He got it.
Yeah, I used to be able to do that.
And the Phillies win it here in the bottom of the ninth inning. An RBI single by Brock Stassi scores the speedy Roman Quinn.
As the training camp neared the end, the first in a series of tragic losses rocked the organization.
Please join the Phillies in a moment of silence for the late Dallas Green.
Dallas Green was pretty much larger than life. He spent most of his 82 years in the game of baseball, 46 of them with the Phillies.
What baseball brought to me more than anything else was the sense of camaraderie, the competition that I love, that I respect, and the game itself. You know, the history of the game has been just tremendous.
Above all else, his biggest passion was scouting and development. Walking around the Carpenter complex, you couldn't help but feel his presence.
And I really respect the game of baseball, and I have that passion to pass that kind of stuff on to kids. That's part of why I love the game. I like to talk it. I like to pass it on when I can to the kids. And
when I heard the news, I just couldn't believe it. This guy meant the world to us. We don't win a World Series without Dallas. It doesn't matter if we got 10 Pete Roses. We don't win a World Series without Dallas. I wish these kids had a chance to meet Dallas and talk to Dallas about what it's like playing in Philadelphia. A lot of these guys probably don't even know Dallas Green, which to me is a shame.
One guy Dallas would have liked was Brock Stassi.
Fly ball to deep right field. Forget about that one. Brock Stassi's gone yard again.
A 33rd round draft pick, Brock was a gritty, hard-nosed player who did whatever it took to win. After toiling in the minors for 6 years, he found out at the end of camp he was getting the call. His reaction was priceless.
Dream come true. I'm sorry.
We left Florida with heavy hearts, but in the spirit of Dallas Green, we are all ready to start building a winner.
And ladies and gentlemen, throwing out the first ball, please welcome Dallas Green's wife and best friend, Sylvia Green.
Opening day is always a great day, especially if it's your first one in the big leagues. One of my favorite Phillies memories was opening day in 1994.
Welcome back, number 29, first baseman, John Kruk.
Not only were we coming off that great 93 season, it was my first game back after cancer treatment.
That's it well into right center field. It's going to find the gap and head towards the wall. And what do you know, Wheels? John Kruk's first debut of the year is an RBI double to right center field.
You talk about rising to the occasion. I mean, this is high theater here today.
Anyway, the start of the season is always a time for optimism.
I'm really excited about being back in Philadelphia, about doing games for the Phillies, and trying to watch these young kids progress into become winners hopefully soon.
And we came out of the chute pretty well.
It's 9-0 here in the first inning.
Mercy.
An RBI single for Tommy Joseph. The Phillies have put a dozen on the board in the first inning. This is as eye-opening opening an inning as you will ever see.
Cesar Hernandez started out on fire.
Phillies win it on an RBI single by Cesar Hernandez. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, the Phillies win a series against the Nationals.
2-run home run for Cesar Hernandez.
Ball game. Michael Franco has won it for the Phillies here in the bottom of the 10th.
Chasing Franco around. He's out halfway to right field.
This was getting fun.
Cesar Hernandez clears the out-of-town scoreboard with a 2-run home run. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it's ball and gone. Into the Phillies bullpen as the Phillies go back-to-back, and this ball is gone. Back-to-back-to-back home runs for the Phillies here in the 8th.
Is gone! Second grand slam of the year for Michael Franco.
And the Phillies have a 6-game winning streak as they sweep the homestand.
By the end of April, things were looking up. Meanwhile, down on the farm, there were a few kids making some noise. Everyone knew this was a great time to be in the Phillies organization and that opportunities would arise.
Call third strike, career high 10 strikeouts as he pulled the string like a puppeteer.
We're all just here to play baseball, right? It's what we want to do. We just kind of, I think as a group, we all try to put that behind us, and we just focus on the task at hand, which is winning games here in Lehigh Valley.
It's a good taste, you know, being in big league camp and seeing how guys go about their day and get ready as a professional. Take that in the season and try to, you know, repeat that every day.
We talk about things that each individual guy has to work on all the time, and you reevaluate them about halfway through the season, and there's other things that we reevaluate monthly or so, and you like to see those things get better as you go. I think sometimes these guys, they're so close to the big leagues, they've had so much success, they've been so highly touted that they need to be in the moment and realize that, you know what I do here today is going to affect what I do tomorrow, and not worry about tomorrow until today is passed.
On April 28th, we started a long road trip out in L.A. That's when the wheels fell off.
Back-to-back home runs, and we are tied at 5. And the ball game is over, and the Dodgers have swept out the Phils this weekend.
Like all young teams in a rebuild, it's just something you have to live with.
Altair is caught. Lester is able to throw him out.
Growing pains.
Opposite way. Cesar has it. They'll go to second for 1. Freddy's throw to first goes by Stassi. The winning run will score as Almora slides in safely, and the Cubs win it here in the bottom of the 13th inning, 5-4. Strasburg sends one to the air to deep left center field, and it is gone.
It's not really fun to watch, and to be honest, it's not that much fun to talk about either.
If you want to hit a homer to right, you're going to have to start it just to the left of right center.
Seriously.
That baby's going to cut.
Like that?
There we go. Out toward right center field. Odubel Herrera on the run, and the wind is going to take it right out of the ballpark.
I'll tell you what, exactly what you said just happened. Can you see the future?
Nobody told me about this thing called the Broadcasters Roundtable that takes place after every Friday game. We just get together and talk about baseball, or whatever else we feel like.
I don't want to talk about baseball anymore.
I know one subject that never gets old. Food.
I'm going to put on a clinic with Dollar Dog Night.
How many?
1 an inning.
1 an inning?
Yeah.
Top and bottom? Or just one per 9 hot dogs?
Come on, I got to digest.
I can talk about food all day long.
Welcome you to your first Hatfield Dollar Dog Night since 2003. 8, 9. All right, 1 per inning. 10 extra innings. And whatever's left over.
What am I on a diet?
Grubhub.
Wow.
They bring it to you.
Grubhub. Didn't they? This is Philadelphia. This ain't no foo-foo, guacamole, arugula. What the hell is that?
Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant.
Did you just... I don't want to say anything.
Man, I've gained 25 pounds.
You think?
25 pounds.
Can you?
I tell you what, I can't even zip this jacket anymore.
It's not all those hot dogs you promised you were going to eat for us.
Oh, they brought ribs in today.
Oh, is that what it was? You guys have food in there every night.
I know, and I don't understand why.
John Kruk is sitting in the chair. Okay. His legs are so far out from the chair. And so is everything else. He is.
John is Smiley. Smiley John.
What's going on, Smiley? That's what they call me.
Yeah.
Smiley, Mr. Happy.
It's always fun to watch heroes return. I love this guy.
Carlos very emotional. You can see it in his eyes.
Classy move by the fans of Philadelphia, but also the players. Every player on the Phillies was on the top step cheering.
Number 52, Carlos Ruiz.
There was something real special to me. All the ovation for the fans, my teammates. It's something that I always are gonna carry in my heart. It's hard to explain, you know, how special that's for me. So, thank you, Philadelphia. I love you.
One of the cool things that happens around here is the Baseball Academy for kids.
A four-seam fastball, it looks like this, but when I was y'all's age, fingers weren't big enough, so I had it with 3 fingers.
During the course of the summer, different groups of young players get some instruction and advice from the big boys.
Man, I just remember being a kid. Had no worries, no cares, just had fun. You know, being a major leaguer, sometimes you kind of forget that a little bit. The big advice I can give to you guys is just always have fun, you know, no matter what level you're at.
You know, one thing to keep the dream alive is, you know, remember how much fun you're having right now. I mean, those are, you know, some of the best times I've ever had playing baseball are when I was your guys' age.
We're making mistakes, but we're learning from them. And to be a part of that and grow with guys that are going through the same things, the same age, it's very cool to kind of bounce things off of one another and kind of learn whatever we can, you know, from their mistakes so that we don't make them whenever we get in the field. I think Nolan's pitching tonight. You know, I'm going to sit and watch his game, how he goes about hitters and, you know, how he pitches. And I'm going to, you know, be talking to Nick Pivetta and, you know, Vince Velasquez about, you know, what would you do in this situation? What would you throw here? You know, would you pitch around this guy to get the guy on deck? You know, what is a situation, you know, showing us, and, you know, what would we do in that situation to kind of help learn and kind of help that learning curve?
Sometimes you can learn a lot more about our players than watching them on the field.
Too more up and down, but you got to get your mind ready every single day. If you got 0 for 4, 2 strikeout, tomorrow should be a new day, you know? Get time to get ready to another day, and don't be your mind down.
You gotta be positive in your mind. You're gonna hit the ball hard. You're gonna hit a base hit, whatever. You gotta be positive all the time, you know? And when you get there, you look the pitch, you know? So you take a breath. You gotta make yourself relax, you know? All right, and then when you get there, inside the box, all right, here we go, baby.
And pitch is lifted in the air to right center field. That's well hit. Going back are the outfielders, and it is gone. A long home run for Odubel Herrera.
Thank you.
In late May, we suffered the loss of another Phillies icon. Jim Bunning had a Hall of Fame baseball career, but more than that, he was a Hall of Fame person. Gentleman Jim, father of 9, he authored a perfect game on Father's Day in '64. If you look closely, there's his teammate Dallas Green enjoying the celebration. After his playing days, he spent decades representing Kentucky in Congress and the Senate. Talk about living a full life. Many fans didn't realize he was a manager in the Phillies farm system and helped develop many of the players in the team's successful run in the late 70s.
I sent a bunch of people up here, whether you realize it or not. Lonnie Smith, Larry Christensen, Dick Ruthven, all played for me in the minor leagues.
He was a manager that was very strict, demanded attention. He was authority. He was very tough.
As a player, he was known for his toughness. and willingness to protect his teammates.
They knew that when I was pitching, they were going to be not thrown at. And if they were thrown at, they knew that someone would take care of it. Nobody had to say a word on the bench. No manager ever told me to throw at anyone.
Old school. I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please stand and join the Phillies in a moment of silence for our beloved Hall of Famer, Jim Bunning.
On June 15th, Nick Pivetta gave us an old-school performance. Trying to stop an 8-game losing streak, he matched Boston's ace Chris Sale pitch for pitch, going 7 strong.
Swing and a miss, 97.
Then pinch hitter Ty Kelly got us the go-ahead run.
Field line, that's in for an extra base hit. Benintendi trying to cut it off as it goes to the corner. They're waving that home. He's around third, heading for the plate. Sandoval's thrown too high. And the Phils take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
And the bullpen held on.
Got him. That's a big-time pitch right there by Neshek. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. The 8-game losing streak is over. And the Phillies have defeated Chris Sale and the Red Sox 1-0.
That's the way it's supposed to be done. Okay, camera day. Been doing this a long time. Never gets old.
Oh, man. That hurt. You gotta watch, I'm old. Oh, boy, I can't get out. Hey, they told me I have to make it all the way around or else they're gonna shoot me. Might be tempting.
You made my wife love the Phillies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Hey, all right, yep.
Shoot up, man. We need you.
No, I'm good. You don't want to see that.
It's a good thing you're married.
I don't like anyone.
Neither do I.
Good, we're in the same boat.
Can you make us look thin?
Yeah, good luck with that one. No, on this
Go
end,
up,
it
go
ain't
up
happening.
high so we have one chin.
Yeah, like up there. Do I have to be nice to Mets fans?
No, not at all.
Hey, I got one piece of advice for you guys. Don't get fat. Plus, you got to get me out of here. I got to go do some TV crap here in a minute.
I don't know Star Wars. I have never watched it.
I've never seen
a Star Wars movie.
Are you a big movie buff? Do you watch movies? All right, well, that's
the classics. Dumb and Dumber.
Right.
Caddyshack, of course, yeah. And my favorite movie of all time is Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Didn't fashion you as a Sound of Music guy. You know, I'm a sensitive guy.
Really? This Sound of Music never grows old.
It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
That is true.
When he sings Edelweiss, oh, tear-jerky.
All and white, needle bright, you look happy to meet me.
There it is.
Yep. Time to
Joe
go.
Gaines, our producer's had enough.
To you and you and you.
And that is an official wrap on the Toyota Roundtable. John Kruk singing songs from the Sound of Music, things you never thought you'd witness. I'll be back with more.
No, you won't.
And I won't be singing.
You're off the air.
Guys, another one-run loss for the Phils.
Unbelievable.
It's just one after another.
Building a champion takes time and a lot of patience. It's hard to watch a team that's not ready to win yet, but Phillies ownership is totally committed to having the best resources available to find and build players. There's no better example of that than our brand new Dominican Academy. The Phillies and the Twins partnered on a state-of-the-art facility to help develop our Latin players.
Today, we officially open 2 baseball academies whose combined size and quality and cost at $18 million are proof that the Philadelphia Phillies and the Minnesota Twins believe the Dominican Republic is critical to our success. It is impossible to overstate the importance of the Dominican Republic to Major League Baseball.
The Dominican Republic is the most scouted country in Latin America. All 30 teams are represented, and so Yeah, it's ripe, and I think, we're hoping that with the investment that we've been given here with our new facility, we'll be able to be maybe a little more attractive to some guys.
So many people in our game today are looking for an edge, and they might try to find it in the statistical formula to help them truly value a player. But it seems to me common sense that you'd also get an edge from the environment that you put your players in. And if you can have your players grow up and play in this kind of environment with these kind of facilities, and this is their introduction to professional baseball, that's got to count for something very significant in my mind.
Even if they don't make it to play in the States, the kids receive a high school education, an opportunity many Dominicans don't have. It's a win-win for everybody.
This facility provides the Twins and Phillies with the ability to grow and develop the young talent who will evolve into key players in a championship caliber team.
Another new aspect in baseball technology is the use of analytics. Several years ago, the Phillies only had one employee breaking down statistics. Now we have one of the largest analytics departments in baseball. We brought in Andy Galdi from Google to help us move into the future.
Information is not going to slow down anytime soon, so we're going to get more and more and more. The data is just going to continue getting bigger and bigger. Computing speed is going to catch up with that, and then you're just left with this mountain of data, and then the computing capability to do something with it. Then you just need the people who know what to do.
We held a college analytics night so local students can explore our program.
I'm curious if you can tell us a little bit about the statistical methods that you use to analyze the data.
We look at so many different things. Sometimes we have forecasting problems where we want to forecast player performance, or we try different classifiers, whether it's support vector machines or logistic regression, or do neural nets or do whatever.
Yeah, like I know what any of that means. Heck, we have a whole room full of computers and whiz kids that can figure all this stuff out. And they won't let me anywhere near there. This analytical information also applies to amateur players and makes it a great tool come draft time.
With the 8th selection of the 2017 MLB Draft, the Philadelphia Phillies select Adam Haseley, an outfielder from the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, Virginia.
While I might be a little too old school, it's not hard to see that this is a pretty useful tool.
It's just felt like a dream since, last Monday when it happened. And, everything that's, gone into it has just been crazy.
Did you get a chance to hang out with the guys and chat with them a little bit around the cage?
I did, yeah. They were really nice and welcoming.
Did any of your Cavaliers teammates have hair like Freddy?
No. They did not. No, we kept it pretty short.
I can tell you this from experience. When this team starts turning it around, and hopefully you're a big part of that, when this place is full, these people are nuts, man.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
It's electric.
Yeah, I hope I can be a part of that one day.
And speaking of the draft, here's a great story. Back in 2013, the Phillies drafted a Jersey kid in the 22nd round. Mark Leiter Jr. was an undersized right-hander who didn't exactly light up the radar gun. In other words, he wasn't a big-time prospect. Mark Jr. just put his head down and kept following that dream. In 2017, the dream came true.
He's going to attack the strike zone, not overpowering, 91 average fastball, change, curve, cutter, slider, splitter, so he has a repertoire, and Cameron Rupp has to probably take a glove off if he wants to give him all those signs. And throwing a kid out there for his first start in the big leagues and playing one of the best offense, if not the best offense in the National League.
All Mark knew how to do was pitch and get people out.
Boy, good breaking ball. That's the second strikeout for
his coach and mentor, Mark Leiter Sr., who pitched for the Phils in the mid-90s.
The ball game. 2 strikeouts for Leiter.
It was amazing. It's an amazing feeling when it happens to you, and then for it to happen to your son is even, if that's possible, to even be more crazy. Just think of all the work and all of that. But then pretty quickly after that, our conversations are more about reminding yourself of what you need to do.
And Mark Jr. was not up in the big league just for a cup of coffee.
That is 6 scoreless innings for Mark Leiter Jr. and for Senior. It's a moment that he wanted to capture.
He proved to be a valuable member of the staff, both as a starter and reliever. He showed to everyone that he belonged.
It's something that I was extremely lucky to get drafted by the team I grew up on the field with. Living only an hour away, we came to so many games once my dad retired, and the last time I was here was the night before the draft, and I said I won't come back until I'm playing here. And Just kind of like all that emotion kind of hit me just looking around at all the sections I sat in as a fan and coming to the games, the playoff games and all that stuff, and just taking it all in the best I could, and it was really a dream come true.
At the end of June, Nick Williams got the call and brought some much-needed energy to the lineup.
That's a hustling double for Nick Williams. His first. Williams sprints in, dives, and he makes the catch sliding forward. An excellent play by Nick Williams. Nick Williams sends one the opposite way. It is gone! First major league home run for Nick Williams.
On the last game before the All-Star break, Jared Eichhoff put an end to his hard luck streak and got his first win of the season.
Goes upstairs with a fastball.
That was the textbook pitching job right there, was it not? 2 curveballs and they asked for the pitch high. Right through it.
Runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed. And Eichhoff picks up another strikeout. 8 strikeouts through 4.
After the break, Nick kept his foot on the pedal.
Nick Williams sends one in the air to deep left center field. Going back is Broxton. It is gone! Grand slam for Nick Williams. That'll get the bull up off his feet.
Watch his swing up. I mean, that is just beautiful. He got a fastball from Garcia away. Didn't try to pull it.
And then there's Odubel.
Odubel's going back toward the fence, and he jumps and he made the catch. What a way to end this ball game!
He can be dynamic.
Odubel's on his way to third base, and the Phils will take a 1-0 lead. Odubel Herrera with back-to-back triples. Now the ball gets away, and he's going to head on home. It goes into the
One thing he's not is boring.
On the run and slicing away, he got to it. Center field, Odubel Herrera able to make the catch. A fly ball down the right field line. Marquez is looking up, and it is into the chop house. A 2-run home run and a long one.
Take my medium rare, Odubel. Wow.
In late July, the mighty Astros rolled into town and kind of put us in our place.
The double play will end the ball game. The Phillies get routed by the American League's top team as
the Astros were the product of a similar rebuild the Phillies are going through now. Hopefully, we can follow their blueprint for success into the near future.
And he makes the catch as he pounds into the wall.
The Astros brought along another warm reminder of the Phillies' past.
There's Todd on the right, the son of the late, great Harry Callis. Todd is in his first year as the play-by-play television voice of the Houston Astros.
Just being back in Philadelphia itself is phenomenal. And to me, the Phillies felt like more of a family than any other team I've ever witnessed before. So to come back here and see all these familiar faces, it's just like a reunion. To see how many people post pictures to this day online and on Twitter about taking pictures with Dad's statue, it's great. It just keeps his legacy present. And I think here we are more than 8 years since he passed, and we still have Harry the K's, and we still have the statue, and we still have high hopes after a win. So it's cool to see how the Phillies have embraced all those things that Dad was about and kept them and kept his legacy going.
Some people call baseball a game of inches. I call broadcasting a game of calories.
Hello, darling.
Happy days, Johnny.
Just one step closer to heaven right now.
On July 26th, we left the comfort of the booth and set out to broadcast a game out near the bullpen. Unfortunately, it was a little too close to Bull's barbecue.
So, Johnny, you have vegetables, you have dairy, you're good.
Protein.
And protein.
Protein with pork, yeah.
And a vegetable, potato. It's a full meal.
True.
You think you're cramped now, John?
Oh, man. He gets any of that fur in these French fries. Me and him are going to have some issues. This is comfortable. Got a furry green rear end in my face. It's always great. Hey, what'd you get?
What's that Whitey used to say? Never let food get in the way of a good broadcast.
Well, that's a fantastic play.
Yeah, it is. You see a lot of shortstop on a ball like that when they have to reach on their left side. They do the 360 turn.
We've done this before, as you can imagine.
Takes a team.
Yep.
One thing, they keep giving us food. They're going to have to grease my hips to get me out of this seat.
Bulls is one of the best places here at this ballpark, obviously down the right field line.
Bull, thank you so much for the food. It is delightful.
Yeah. And while Bull is always on his game, the real star that night was Aaron Nolan.
Swing and a miss. He got him with the changeup. 10 strikeouts tonight.
On his way to a breakout season, Aaron completely dominated the best lineup in baseball, making some really good hitters look really bad.
Struck out the side. Aaron Nola has struck out the last 4 hitters.
And Cameron Rupp looked like he was starting to turn a corner.
I think that's gone. It is gone! 2-run home run for Cameron Rupp. In the air to left center field. That is well hit. It is gone! Another 2-run home run for Cameron Rupp. Having himself a night.
Check this out.
And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Hector Neris closes the door in the 9th inning. And the Phillies do indeed get their 3rd shutout of the year.
After that, good things started to happen.
There's a high fly ball to deep left field. That one is long gone. Wow. Into the second deck, way out of here.
Power surge.
And it is gone. Over the out-of-town scoreboard, Darren Daulton with his 2nd homer of the night.
Aaron Altair continued his strong season with a big game. It seems like Odubel's in the middle of everything.
It's going back. He got turned around. It is gone. And we are tied up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Line drive toward left center field. That's going to win the ball game. Ty Kelly's RBI single here in the bottom of the 11th inning has given the Phillies a 4-3 victory over the Atlanta Braves. Let the celebration begin.
The next day, Vince Velasquez threw 7 shutout innings.
Swing and a miss, 95. Camargo does not.
Freddie Galvis did his thing.
Over toward left side, and Freddie Galvis makes a fantastic stop, and Inciarte doesn't realize it. They throw him out of the plates.
He's fun to watch.
Freddie Galvis once again, highlight reel play. Wow. Freddie lights it into right field, a base hit for the 2nd consecutive day. The Phillies have won in their final at bat. This time in the bottom of the 9th inning on an RBI single by Freddie Galvis that brings home Andrew Knapp. And for the 2nd straight day, the celebration is underway.
The last day of July.
Swung on and crushed.
More fireworks.
Back to left field. Where will this land? Into the 2nd deck. A moonshot for Michael.
In the air right field. That is well hit, and it is gone! Into the 2nd deck. A 3-run home run.
Ball game's over, and the Phillies have a 4-game sweep of the Braves, and they've got a 5-game winning streak.
We finished the month on a roll. Veterans Howie Kendrick and Jeremy Hellickson were moved at the deadline, setting up a full-out audition for the Phillies' future. But for the Phillies family, a difficult year was about to get a lot worse.
Some sad news to pass along this Monday morning. Former Philly Darren Daulton has passed away after a long battle with brain cancer.
We all knew that Darren had been battling brain cancer for over 4 years and had far outlived his prognosis. Still, this one was hard to take. It just seemed like yesterday when he was enshrined on the Wall of Fame.
I take enormous pride in being accepted on this Wall of Fame and take great pride in the organization and the city of Philadelphia and being able to represent us as one. And it's almost like I can no longer call you fans. We've been through too much together, so I'm going to start calling you family. And everybody's invited Sunday over to my place to eat, so thank you very much.
Alumni Weekend was always a time we got to catch up with him. Even after his diagnosis, he was the most positive and upbeat guy in the world. Just watching how he handled adversity gave us all strength.
You guys both look great. Dutch, I have to ask you, how you feeling?
I'm just bald, Scotty.
That's a good look. It's a good look.
Still hot, man. You're still hot.
But this year, Alumni Weekend would be quite different. Having lost Darren, Dallas, and Jim Bunning, along with longtime player, coach, and scout Ruben Amaro Sr., the weekend became more of a memorial than a celebration. Who better to put it all in perspective than the greatest Philly of all time?
This has been a very tough year for the Phillies family, with the passing of Dallas, Jim, and Darren. Some of us were managed by them. Some of us just got to know them here at Hall of Fame weekend. For me, Dallas embodied the word respect. Respect for each other, respect for the game, and his way of doing things. And that led us to the World Championship in 1980. Jim Bunning was about unselfishness. After his Hall of Fame career, Jim decided to become a congressman and senator, and he served his constituents in Kentucky for 23 years in Congress. Now for Darren, it was very unique. Darren was about love. Yes, he was a great leader, tough as nails, competitive, and for sure productive. But at the core of Darren Daulton was his smile and his ability to draw his teammates in toward him. And the one thing I remember most about retirement was Darren Daulton grabbing me, yanking me off to the side, giving me that bear hug and that kiss on the cheek, and saying, "Mike, I love you." It's the first time I've ever been told by another man that I was loved. It was 1 year ago that Dallas and Jim and Darren stood on this stage right now. Think about it, 1 year ago. So friends, live every day as if it were your last. Like these men, be a beacon of light. Like these men, spread love at home and in your community. Like the three men that we are missing up here tonight. The Wall of Fame family will miss those guys, but will celebrate their lives and the memories they left behind. Thank you very much and enjoy the evening.
A few days later, we held a celebration of Darren's life in a small chapel in Clearwater Beach, his favorite place in the world.
I think the greatest thing, though, that Darren Daulton taught all of us, and it's not a word used in baseball or sports, is love. Never in my life have I ever been hugged and kissed by a man more than Darren did. He showed us love. And in showing us love, I think we all became better people because of that. We're going to miss him dearly. We already do. But the one thing I can promise you all here, his legacy will never die because of all us. We will keep it going forever. We will make sure everyone knows what kind of man Darren Daulton was, what he meant to all of us on a daily basis. We love you, brother.
While Alumni Weekend was a somber time for the Phillies family, there was some historical significance. It was the debut of this kid we had been hearing about all summer.
Let's get that knock. I want to see Dad celebrate.
0 for his last 11, or 0 for 11 to start.
A lot of people don't remember that Willie Mays went 0 for 12 at the start of his career. How did that work out?
Sitting next to Mike Schmidt announcing the game with a burger, 9-patty burger, and a Mike Schmidt bobblehead, Tom McCarthy. I mean, how can life get any better?
Well, if Reese gets a knock, it could get better.
2-2 pitch, looped over the head of Dominic Smith. It's a base hit to right field, and Rhys Hoskins has his first major league hit. And you can breathe a sigh of relief, and there's the smiles we've been waiting for all weekend long.
The next thing you know, Reese took us on a ride we'd never forget.
There's a high fly ball to deep left field, way back there. It is gone! The first major league home run for Rhys Hoskins, and it's off the auxiliary scoreboard in left field, and the Phillies take a 2-1 lead. This one is gone! Second home run of the night for Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins whacks it out toward left field. That's well hit. It is gone! And he hits one in the air to deep left field. A home run for Rhys Hoskins. It's his 5th in the air to left field. That ball is drilled. It is gone! Into the second deck. In the air to left field. That is a towering shot.
Somebody please tell this man the game is not that easy.
In the air to left center field. Going back on it is Schwarber. It is incredible! Another home run for Rhys Hoskins. In the air to left center field. It took some time, but he's done it again. 11 home runs.
This kid is something.
In the air to left field. That one is way back there. It is into the second deck.
Gone! He's done it! Hoskins has tied it with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th into the hedges. Second homer of the night.
That one is crushed. It is gone! Opposite field home run for Rhys Hoskins.
Homer number 18 for Hoskins. Wow!
Nobody in baseball has ever done what Rhys Hoskins is doing. It's incredible here in 2017. Popped him up. Dominic Smith. We got all turned around. Unfortunately, Reyes is... Oh, now it's going to drop for a hit.
Look at how far hustling. Attaboy. That's the way you play baseball.
During the last 6 weeks of the season, the ball club played with a new energy.
And this ball game is over!
Yes, sir!
Here in the bottom of the 15th inning, Nick Williams, opposite field double, scores Darren Altair, and the Phillies win it 9-8.
Some of the young players were beginning to emerge.
Swing and a miss. That's a good pitch.
There are plenty of big league arms in the Phillies system. It's just a matter of turning them into big league pitchers. Guys who can control the strike zone and get outs.
Swing and a miss. 3 straight curveballs. It's a career high 11.
Pitchers like Zach Eflin,
on the outside corner, 94.
Jake Thompson,
Swing and a miss.
and Ben Lively will be given a shot.
Swing and a miss. Lagares slipped going down the third base line.
Some guys found their optimum roles in 2017.
Not that much talk about the bullpen, the job that they've done, and I think in particular Morgan and Garcia and Milner really have turned things around for that bullpen.
By season's end, the bullpen featured a bunch of nasty arms.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got it with a breaking ball.
And Hector Neris settled in nicely in the closer's role.
He got it. That's 20 consecutive saves for Hector Neris.
Here's my favorite series of the year. The first place Dodgers came to town, steamrolling their way to the NL pennant.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
You would think the Fightins didn't have a chance. You would be wrong. We started out against maybe the best pitcher in baseball. Then Aaron Altair made a statement.
In the air to left field. That ball is crushed. It is gone. A grand slam by Aaron Altair. And the Phillies have taken the lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th.
That set the tone for the rest of the series. We wound up taking 3 out of 4 from the Dodgers, and a certain member of their team took notice.
You can see the talent that they have over there. Up and down the lineup, you can see that they're young, but they have an idea of what they want to do, and they have some weapons. Having some offense, playing great defense, and I think their pitching staff is starting to figure out what they need to do to become successful. You know, again, the future is really bright here.
September also saw the debut of J.P. Crawford. J.P. was drafted 4 years ago as a blue-chip shortstop out of high school. He was deemed the heir apparent to Jimmy Rollins. J.P. paid his dues in the minor leagues. Now he was ready to make an impression.
Line drive, base hit to right field. Odubel's around third. Sammy says, let's go. And he's going to score. It's an RBI single for Crawford.
It took me a while to figure out that one of the best things about being a ball player is that you really can help others. Mike and I visited a group of kids on Pediatric Cancer Awareness Night. With both of us being cancer survivors ourselves, we all formed a special bond.
It's really good to see them bringing a lot of awareness to pediatric cancer. I mean, it's just so many kids throughout the globe are just suffering, and it's really great to raise awareness for it.
These warriors are being recognized for their strength, bravery, and most importantly, their courage.
It was an awesome night for the kids who got to do some pretty cool stuff around the ballpark.
Batting second, number 13, shortstop, Freddy Galvis.
Most of these kids were treated at Nemours Children's Hospital in Delaware. Over the years, we've had a great relationship there. Tommy Joseph got to make a personal contribution. He found out that one of his home runs was caught by another cancer survivor named Zach Witt. A few weeks later, he brought Zach down to the yard to hang with the team during pregame.
Absolutely. That was awesome. Thanks for catching it. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up?
What's your name?
Zach.
Zach? Reese, nice to meet you.
Yep, you too.
You having fun today?
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Zach.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Bobby. How you doing?
You too.
El Torito. Yeah, there you go. Here. Everything good, man?
Yep.
Hey, wanna roll with me?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, give it to him. Do it right here. Oh.
See ya.
Have a good night, bro.
Yep, you too. Thank you so much.
I'm sure that's a day he'll always remember. Near the end of the season, we presented the annual Paul Owens Award to the top minor leaguers in the system. On the field were 11 previous winners, even including some guy in a Dodgers uniform. Scott Kingery had a monster season at Reading and Lehigh Valley. It's just a matter of time before he gets here. Let's get a scouting report from last year's Paul Owens winner.
He's one of the most complete baseball players I think I've ever played with. He's flying around the infield, while he's playing defense, and he's got some of the quickest hands I've ever seen, turning a double play. And then talk about a guy that you want to hit in front of you at the top of a lineup. That guy finds his way on base 2-3 times a game. And, he's just one of those guys that you love to play with. I think he makes everyone else around him better, and to have that on a baseball team is something that you need, in order to have a winning team.
Yeah, every time you see one of your buddies up there, doing what they're able to do right now is it's fun to watch, because you're playing with them the day before that, and now they're making their big league debut and hitting home runs, making great defensive plays. So for me, it just shows that it makes you realize how close you really are to taking that next step into the big leagues.
That opportunity was presented to a lot of minor league guys this year, and it created opportunities for others to move up in our minor league system. Our players are used to winning in the minor leagues, and I think that's what you're seeing with some of the guys that are coming up here now. They're used to that, and they expect that, and there's more coming that'll have the same attitude.
During the last weekend of the season, Matt Klentak made a bold move.
In my mind, we've reached a turning point in this rebuild. As you all know, we have turned over the roster considerably. Our roster right now is littered with young players who look to have a very, very bright future. It's time to look forward. That's the message today. It's time to look forward. As far as the managerial search is concerned, we're going to begin that process immediately. Maybe as importantly as anything, I want to make sure that when we're tipping champagne over each other's heads celebrating our next championship, I want to make sure that Pete is proudly wearing the P, because he deserves that.
I think this rebuild is starting to get legs. I think the players are improving, and I believe in Matt Klentak. I believe in what he's doing. I believe what he told me, and the fact that he wants me to continue in that capacity is the most important thing to me, because this Phillies organization deserves it to win, and I think we're going to get there.
Before the final game, Pete took out the lineup and got a nice ovation from the Phillies fans.
The players stepped out, led by Tommy Joseph, and gave Pete Buchanan a standing ovation after he brought the lineup card out. And then the fans followed suit. And Pete said thank you to each of his players and his coaches as he went up the line and then tipped the cap to the fans. It was as classy a moment as you can ever imagine at a baseball game or any kind of sporting event. It gave you goosebumps, and for some it brought tears to their eyes. This is a good man right here that is managing his final game in a Phillies uniform.
It was a reward for his patient stewardship during this difficult time in team history, a time when he would have to nurture a group of young, talented players who were just learning how to fly. And as a gift to Pete on his last game, they put a beat down on the Mets.
Down the left field line, does it have enough height? It is gone! 3-run rocket off the bat of Michael Franco. Number 24 out to center field. That is well hit by Odubel. and it'll be a ground rule double.
Unbelievable talent. The ball jumps off his bat. El Torito with the horns.
You ever interview for a manager job?
I don't think any GM or owner could drink that much.
Swung on, hit high in the air, deep center field. This one's got a chance. Nimmo going back, track, wall. It's off the top of the wall. It bounds away in play. This got a chance to score him. Herrera scores. Hoskins scores. Williams coming around third. They're waving him home. He is safe. Standing up inside the park, home run. And what a way to finish the year.
How about that? And now it's time to kind of look forward to the future. Rhys Hoskins gave us a pretty good glimpse of that over the last month and a half. Nick Williams has given us a glimpse of that since he arrived at the end of June. J.P. Crawford, he's played spectacular defense wherever Pete Buchanan has put him. And it's probably bittersweet right now for Pete as he will join the victory line one last time as the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies.
You know, 11-0, what a way to finish up. It's a bittersweet day for me, but I'm so happy for the guys, and I'm so happy for the Phillies organization because we got something good going here, and we're looking forward to the future.
Please join me in welcoming the new manager of the Philadelphia Phillies, Gabe Kapler.
Gabe Kapler came into Citizens Bank Park like a hurricane.
We're not going to leave any stone unturned to find our competitive advantages. We're going to think traditionally, and we're going to think progressively. We're going to mold those two things together.
Gabe brings an energy level and enthusiasm like I've never seen.
This is a sacred place. And what we do in this clubhouse, the environment that we build in this clubhouse, is just as important as how we manage a player's swing or his delivery. Because if players are walking into this clubhouse feeling like this is where they want to be and this is where they want to come to work every day, we work like a team.
This guy will definitely connect with the players.
We build environments for you guys as players to develop, to flourish, and to excel. I don't know that we're ever going to classify my relationship with these guys as their buddy. I'm not sure that's optimal. I think if they see me as somebody that can support them and impact their careers in a very positive way, by just demonstrating care, that's enough. You can expect the highest level of intensity in both practice and in game. You can expect an incredible amount of effort and energy. You can expect a team that rallies around each other and fights for one another. And I think finally you can expect a team that is extraordinarily prepared. I think all of those things in aggregate will also lead to a load of wins, which I'm really excited about.
I just hope Gabe doesn't try to get me on some kind of nutrition regimen. That might not work out too well.
Crucky, I'll eat a cheesesteak with you anytime. 2018 is going to be an amazing year.
It will be fun. I can't wait.
What's your name?
Nikki.
Nikki.
Jake.
Jake, I'm Gabe. How are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Don.
Don, I'm Gabe Kapler. Doing great.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to Philly.
Thank you. You know what? I feel like the luckiest dude on the planet. Okay. I mean that. How are you?
Ron Durianti, nice
Ron,
to meet you.
I'm Gabe Kapler.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you very much. Love the thumbs up. That's really cool. I'm Gabe. Incredible smile. You like a selfie better than having somebody else take it?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Hey, what's up, Gabe?
What's happening?
Brent, nice to meet you.
Brant? Your name's Gabe too? Come on. Christina, nice to meet you. Great handshake. That is awesome.
Thanks for taking time.
Are you kidding me? Thank you.
I want to buy building. My grandfather has ALS, so
Okay.
trust me, I think he loves baseball. You guys keep him going. So.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate the inspiration.
All right, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice meeting
All right,
you
you
too.
too. Yep.
Thanks for coming out to see me.
No problem. Yep.
Have a great day.
Hey, man, thank you so much.
Hey, enjoyed it.
I'll catch you later in the season.
Thanks for the moment. Bye, Christina.
Bye.
Have a great. Nice meeting you as well. Really meaningful interaction. Thank you.